we are mildly interesting guys, and we talk about some stuff. So welcome to the podcast, we call it Joel the Podcast. It's Alex and it's Alex, here for Joel the Podcast. Bzzz. Hello everybody, I'm Alex.
And I'm Alex.
And this is our podcast, Joel. Is you clearing your throat going to be on the recording?
It is. Well,
Okay.
I mean, it might not be, like, in the podcast. I guess now
That's what
it
I
is,
mean. That's
'cause
what
you
I mean.
mentioned
It's
it.
going to be in the podcast.
It has to be now, because we've spent several seconds talking about it.
All right. Welcome to
Maybe
the
it would be a funnier meta joke if it just wasn't, though.
There was just nothing, and I'm just talking about nothing. And turns out he didn't actually clear his throat, guys. I just made it up for a bit.
I'm going to have to clear my throat later and then cut that sound clip out in front.
Right. Okay, so welcome to episode 84. Is that correct? Of Joel the Podcast?
Oh, no, I'm not sure. I think it's 83. I think
No,
I
really?
think you're wrong. Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Let's
I
see.
think you're probably right. Welcome to episode 83 of Joel the Podcast, where you're here on March 1st, the calends of March, as the Romans would have said.
Why would they say that? Is that how they is the calends just the Latin word for first?
It's not, but the way the Romans did dates they weren't like it's March 1st, it's March 2nd, it's March 3rd. Is what they did is every month had the calends, which is the first of the month, and the ides, which is roughly in the middle of the month, and they would count down days until the next one of those. So
What
today
a
is the calends,
stupid system.
and tomorrow is 15 days before the ides of March, and so on.
Wow.
And
The ancient
there's-
Romans sure were idiots.
they were idiots, and the funny part is there were most months most months have the ides on the 13th of the month, which is clearly not the middle. Except for 4 months, including March, which have it on the 15th for some reason. So
Is are the months also different? Well, I guess they use the same like basic calendar, right? So all the months were different lengths and so on.
Well, so the Romans added, okay, so if you, September, October, November, December, the prefixes of those months are 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Right.
And you may notice that they're not the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th months. And that's because the Romans added August, named after Augustus, and July, named after Julius Caesar.
Mhm.
So they had the same months that we do, and I think most of the names for the months that we have come from them, because all those numbers are Latin. I know January is named after Janus, who's a god of something. So anyway, but they didn't use the exact same calendar. I think they used the Julian calendar, and we use the Gregorian calendar, which is more
Sounds
accurate
correct.
to what the Earth actually does.
Right.
So anyway, if you want to know more about the calendar, you can go watch that Vsauce video on it.
All right.
But otherwise, let's get to the podcast. So, as I said, it's March 1st, which means that March Madness is coming up shortly.
Very exciting.
And you and I... Oh, you know what? I can't believe I forgot, but you do not owe me $1.
Right. And I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think our bet was I think we talked about this last week too. Our bet was to the beginning of March.
It was the month of February was the bet. So,
Okay.
the bet is over.
The bet is over, and therefore Alex does owe me $1
Right.
because I think the peak price of game, I don't even know what it was, but it definitely wasn't like $900.
It would definitely didn't even reach whatever your bet was either.
No,
so
it didn't. I bet $250, which was still too high, but not too high because it kind of went crazy there at the end of the month. I thought it was actually going to spice up the bet, but I think today it's still only $100 or so.
Yeah, it peaked out today at 130-ish, but high in the last month is 108. What is this? Yeah, 108. So I do owe you $1.
All right. Well,
but anyway, March Madness is coming up, and we mention it because we will be making numerous $1 bets on March Madness brackets and various aspects thereof.
Right.
Also, I forgot to check this before the podcast, but Purdue's season is coming to an end. Didn't we not make a bet, but make predictions about what their final record was going to be?
We did make predictions, and I don't remember what the exact numbers are, but essentially if they win their next 2 games, I will have correctly predicted their record, and if they go 1-1, you will have correctly predicted their record. And I suppose... do I know their record right now? Right now they're 16-8, which I was pretty pleased with because I was excited that they have twice as many wins as they do losses, which is typically my arbitrary goal for at least how good I would like them to do.
Right.
So I suppose, did I guess 18-8? That doesn't really feel right, but it must be.
I'm trying to find. True. I know we wrote it down on one of these stupid Google Sheets things.
Yeah, we wrote it down on our.
I can't find it.
2-year. Wow,
here we go.
Our Google Drive is really disorganized.
I found it. You predicted that Purdue would finish 17-9. I predicted that Purdue would finish 16-10.
Wait a minute. So if they're Purdue currently 16-8, then I think both of us are going to be wrong.
Yes, but you'll be closer. Yeah, so if they go 2-0 in the next 2, then you'll be 1 game off and I'll be 2 games off.
Right.
So,
or if they unfortunately go 1-1, I suppose I'll be correct, but I would rather be wrong and have them win both of their games.
Indeed. So yeah, I'm happy to be wrong here, especially since there's no dollar on the line.
Right. That's true. But I think as you were alluding to but hadn't yet said, there's going to be many dollars on the line based on our March Madness brackets, and if you don't know what we're talking about, then
how?
I don't really know what to say. I was gonna try and give a brief explanation, but
if you don't know what we're talking about, send us an email. But otherwise, I think it's safe to assume that everyone knows what a March Madness bracket is.
That's true.
If you don't know what it is, just Google Jake and Amir March Madness.
Ooh.
And watch the video. There's actually several of them, so.
All right, now I want to do that. But
not now. We can do it after. All right. Aside from that, let's do our Sports Minute.
Okay. Quite a bit to cover in the Sports Minute this week, I think.
Yeah, we talked about quite a bit of stuff before the episode, so we'll see if we can successfully condense it, but I think most of it will be about Purdue.
Yeah, I also think a lot of it wouldn't be that interesting for us to repeat now. It was just kind of a mild interest at the time.
That's the exact point of the Sports Minute. All right, are you ready?
I am ready. Here we go.
All right. So, Purdue is ranked again, number 23 in this week's AP poll after beating Penn State by 20 points
on
Friday.
Yep.
They have 2 games remaining in the regular season against Wisconsin and Indiana. And if they win them both, then they'll be guaranteed to get two byes in the Big Ten tournament, meaning 2 rounds where they don't have to play.
Which is very good, because then they'll... I don't know. I feel like I mean, yes, it's good. Never mind. We only have 30 seconds left.
Also,
Can't
Purdue
analyze too much.
Also, Purdue is tied for the second longest Sweet 16 appearance streak since the tournament didn't happen last year with 3.
Ooh, nice.
So hopefully we can continue that.
I think if we get some favorable picks, we could definitely do it. I would like to see Purdue as... I almost want to say I want to see them as a 6 seed so that they don't have to face any of the 1s in the Sweet 16. But, you know.
Right.
Obviously, better seed.
All right, well, it was
It's
entirely about Purdue, so there's your sports minute. Send us an email if you have any thoughts about that. And speaking of which, did we get any emails this week?
We didn't.
Darn.
Yeah. And I even posted some episodes this week, so I feel like our listeners are really slacking. We're going to have to come up with all of our own content this week.
Oh my gosh, this is the worst.
Get ready for a 12-minute podcast. We're just going to complain for another 20 seconds and then end it.
All right, so that's a joke. This is not
Luckily
gonna be
for you, that's a joke.
Lucky for the listeners, that's a joke. We do this podcast for us, but you are the beneficiaries, so...
We could just stop recording to spite you, but we don't. You're welcome.
Right, so what we have this week is yet another Kids Bop quiz.
Very exciting.
No one has told us that they don't like this yet, so we're going to do it again. We haven't done one in a little while. So I spent a few hours yesterday and a couple hours today putting together 12 more potential, I think there's 12, hope I counted it right, 12 more potential lyric changes that Kids Bop made, and Nathan's going to take a stab at getting more than one correct this time.
I'm pretty sure I got more than one correct the last time.
More than 2 correct this time.
Alright. I don't actually remember what my top score was. But
I know for sure you didn't get more than 2.
Alright. That's
so
harsh but fair.
It's time to redeem yourself.
Yeah, let me go ahead and make a prediction. I'm just briefly scrolling through here, not reading anything too closely, but I can tell you that I vaguely know some of these songs, but I don't really know any of them. So I'm gonna be a bit conservative, I suppose, and say that I'll only get 10 out of 12 correct.
All right, that's very reserved of you. So I thank you for your restraint.
Yeah.
So these songs are from Kids Bop's 10, 11, and 12. Yeah.
Back in the good old days.
And there's some interesting lyrics in here, so let's get started. So our first song is SOS by Rihanna. The lyric in question is, "You got me tossin' and turnin', can't sleep at night." So I guess there may be something wrong with that, so here are the potential changes. "I can't take it, see it, don't feel right. You got me rollin' around, can't sleep at night. Kids Bop got me singin' and dancin' all through the night. You got me thinkin' and smilin', can't sleep at night," or no change.
Alright. I'm gonna, discuss this a bit so that it's interesting, but if this isn't no change, I'm going to be upset.
Alright.
So here we go. You got me tossing and turning, can't sleep at night. There's literally nothing wrong with that. There's not even an innuendo that I could conceivably twist in there for kids to misunderstand. I don't even know. That being said, let's take a look at these. I can't take it, see it, don't feel right. I don't think that's the right number of syllables. Which, if I learned anything from the last time I did this, I didn't pay very much attention to that. And I think it really made some of the choices easier for you. Referring, of course, to when I came up with some that just weren't phrased correctly.
Sure.
Let's see. Also, that line doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, So I'm gonna
It
go ahead
makes
and eliminate
it makes
right
zero
away.
sense.
It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't sound good, and it doesn't fit the line very well. So, all right, you got me rolling around, can't sleep at night. This is essentially the same line, except instead of tossing and turning, they went with rolling around, which isn't really better or worse. It's just kind of different. So I don't see why they would make that change. Kids Bop got me singing and dancing all through the night. I don't know. If you were gonna come out and tell me like they changed it, they did, then I would say this is the one to pick. Even though it's pretty cheesy, pretty dumb. There's no reason to change this line. So
Right.
changing it to anything feels dumb unless it's really over the top, changing it to like Kids Bop, let's go.
Right.
So, and I don't think I can really give any interesting commentary on D because it's the same thing as B. They just changed some of the words. And
You
made
got
it
me
dumb.
thinking and smiling, can't sleep at night.
Exactly. So, therefore, I'm going to say that this is E, no change.
Well, the reason I picked this lyric is because it's certainly not no change. And not only is it not no change, but it is actually the worst lyric possible to conceive of. The answer is A, I can't take it, see it, don't feel right. So,
What?
yeah. And I actually went and listened to the song to confirm that's what they sing in the song, because I know we've had snafus
Right.
about that in the past, so thanks for that, Kids Bop.
Wow. Well, that really sets the tone.
That really sets the tone. Let's move on then. 0 for 1 so far. Here we go. This is
Ouch.
from the same song, SOS by Rihanna. Here's the lyric. Take me home, I put desire in your arms tonight. So, is it A, take me home, I put a soda in your hands tonight? B, let's go home, Kids Bop got us dancing tonight? C, take me, I'ma put the fire in your heart tonight? D, party on, put your hands up in the air tonight? Or E, no change?
Oof. I gotta say, I'm just absolutely thrown off right now. I'm gonna give this my best shot. Here we go. Take me home. I put a soda in your hands tonight. That's a pretty on-brand like fake Kids Bop line if I've
Uh-huh.
ever read one. You know.
Right. Yep. I know
There's
exactly
some-
what you're talking about.
Yeah. So that's the feeling that I get from that one. Obviously, it's going to be correct, but let's go home. Kids Bop got us dancing tonight. That's pretty good. I could see it. I don't want to put too much stock in the Kids Bop lines because I feel like they really haven't served us well in the past.
Right.
But I don't know. I feel like I can't eliminate it outright. Take me. I'ma put the fire in your heart tonight. I'm a little scared of this one, and let me tell you why. It just doesn't fit with the line at all,
Right.
and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and it's not a very good replacement. So, all the stuff I said about the last one that was correct, which is what made
Right.
it such a bad choice,
Right.
right here, it's the same thing again. So, maybe they just obliterated this song. Maybe it just sounds like absolute garbage. I don't know.
Right.
But
Maybe.
I feel like for the sake of my sanity, I've got to eliminate that one so that I don't, stress out in my final two, that or something else. Party on, put your hands up in the air tonight. This is a good line. This is like actually a good line for a song to have. So I'm gonna. I feel like I got to keep this one in. No change. Let's see. Take me home. I put desire in your arms tonight. It's a little. I don't know.
There's at least an innuendo you can think of, right?
I can think of some innuendos this time. So you know what? I feel like just to, follow through with tradition of narrowing it down to two and picking the wrong one, I'll go ahead and eliminate that one, leaving me with only Let's Go Home, Kids Bop Got Us Dancing Tonight, and Party On, Put Your Hands Up in the Air Tonight. And I think for reasons that I mentioned before about the Kids Bop line, I'm going to go with the other one, Party On, Put Your Hands Up in the Air Tonight.
Well, that is not correct, unfortunately.
Ouch. If you tell me it's C, I'm genuinely quitting the game right now. This is not a joke. I'm just not playing anymore if it's C.
It is C. I'm not joking.
No! No, it's not. Stop it.
I'm really not joking. It is C. Take me. I'm gonna put the fire in your heart tonight.
Well,
if you want to look it up, you can. And if you want to quit, I'll be sad because I spent time getting all these lyrics, but I'll understand.
Okay.
If you want to quit, we can go through all the other lyrics and just discuss them and the fakes that I wrote, and you don't have to guess the real ones.
I think if I actually was going to quit, what I would like to do is just do the rest of them next week or something. Just to get in the right mood for Kids Bop, because clearly I'm not feeling it tonight.
Right.
Oh man, this is kind of a tough decision, honestly. Alexa, flip a coin. I don't know if you could hear that, but it's tails.
I did not hear it.
Alright. You know what they say. Tails is,
Sorry, for everyone, the silence is I'm just showing him the actual lyrics because it's honestly kind of unbelievable.
Yeah. I feel like I've got to listen to the song and then listen to the Kids Bop version. What did they take me? I'm gonna put the fire in your heart tonight. That is a pretty sketchy line. On top of
I know, right?
Not sounding right in the phrasing, in the rhythm.
I was honestly afraid that you were going to get both. Well, not afraid that you were going to get both of them, but I thought that that it would be too obvious because of how terrible both these lines are compared to the other lines that I actually wrote. Like I was like, maybe I should write like just another terrible line to like throw him off the scent.
Yeah.
All right, you know what they say. Right. Tails is
not for quitters, is what I was gonna say. So we will soldier on.
I'm just
what a tragic start.
I'm just gonna say right now. There it gets better. But not for all of them, though. Like, so just keep that in mind. All right. This is from this next one is from "Saving Me" by Nickelback. Really, most of the lyrics in the song are kind of depressing, but this lyric especially is, "I'm on the ledge of the 18th story, and oh, I scream for you." So that's kind of disturbing. So the question is, did they change it? And if they did, was it A, I'm on top of the 18th story, and oh, I sing for you. I'm telling a really good story, and oh, you're in it too. I'm at a really fun party, and oh, you're dancing too. Or I'm celebrating my 18th birthday, and oh, you feel it too. Or E, no change.
Alright, I'm gonna... I hesitate to just go completely off the rails with my guesses now based on these first two.
Uh-huh.
I feel like I've gotta stick with my gut and get rid of "I'm celebrating my 18th birthday" and "oh, you feel it too."
That's fair.
I think I also have to eliminate No Change.
That's fair.
Because, there's some implications here, which aren't really PG, if we're being honest. What are we left with then? I'm at a really fun party, and oh, you're dancing too. I feel like they've gotta at least keep some of the tone of the song, right? Because it's called
Right.
Saving Me, and if you're just at a party, what are you saving me from?
Right, makes sense.
So I'll throw that one out. And I mean, honestly, based on that logic, I've really got to get rid of I'm telling a really good story, and oh, you're in it too. Because I mean, honestly, I feel like that one's kind of the worst version of the party line.
Right.
Because I could see a cool song for kids about a party, you're dancing, versus I'm telling a story and you're in it.
Right.
So therefore, I have talked myself down to A, I'm on top of the 18th story, and oh, I sing for you. And let me just say that I'm going to guess A for the purposes of the game, but I'm pretty sure it's either D or E, because that's just how it's going so far. So, let me know.
Right. So the answer is D or E, and the answer is E, No Change. In fact, I don't think they changed a single lyric in this song.
Wow.
Which is kind of depressing.
Dark.
Dark.
All right.
But for the record, I do want to say that I'm telling a really good story. I made it up because I wanted to keep the word story from the original lyric, and I'm celebrating my 18th birthday because I wanted to keep the 18th from the original lyric. So, anyway, they weren't just random things. All right.
I caught on to the 18th birthday, but I did kind of ignore the fact that really good story still had story in it, because it's a different kind of story.
Right.
Which, now that I think about it, is a pretty decent song lyric, but only if you understood the context.
Right.
So
the thing is, if you were absolutely right in pointing out that if they changed it to B, C, or D, they would have had to change the entire rest of the song because it would have made no sense. So, all right.
So, apparently, standing on the ledge of the 18th story is not too suspicious for Kids Bop, which fair enough.
Fair enough. All right, so this next one comes from You're Beautiful by James Blunt. This one they may have changed. The lyric is, she could see from my face that I was fucking high. So, no change is always an option here.
Always an option, of course.
But A is, she could see from my place that I was a mess. B, she could see from my face that I was flying high. C, she could see from my face that I was telling lies. Or D, she could see from my waist that I was eating pies. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I was able to read that without laughing.
Good job. That's a good lyric.
Oh, maybe I didn't write it. Or
Maybe
E,
not.
No change.
Or no change.
But
you gotta consider no change.
I'll take credit insofar as I don't want to give away whether or not I wrote it. So
yeah, well, I know you did. So
okay, fair enough.
All right, so obviously this.
I will admit that I wrote it, and let me just say that I was like, what else sounds like face as the same vowel? It's like waist. I can see from your waist. And I was like, what could you get? And then I was like, oh, what rhymes with high? Pie. Okay, this is too perfect.
Oh man, that might be the best replacement line that we've ever seen. I can't think of another one that was like
right.
That caliber of not only is it a good fits in really well with the original, but man, just ups the quality.
Right.
All right, so clearly I think we can both see that this is not no change.
Sure.
I think we can just go ahead and eliminate that one for the sake of starting somewhere. She could see from my place What did I just do? I think I did nothing. I think I just kicked some wires behind my desk. I wonder if that'll be audible. She could see from my place that I was a mess. It doesn't rhyme with the original line. And weirdly, that makes me more likely to pick it, I think.
Gotta love the non-rhyming option.
It's just, it's like weird psychology going on right now with this. And I think you've done a better job of utilizing this in your choices than I did. Where sometimes it just isn't like a good replacement, but the others are all like so much better that you think, oh, well, I mean, it can't possibly... I realize that by that logic I would have gotten 1 and 2 correct, but I don't know, there's a balance that it has to strike to really trip me up, I think. And let me tell you, this one is right on that balance. So I gotta keep A. She could see from my face that I was flying high, which is also a good replacement. And it keeps about everything from the original. We've even got the F, which to me says either this is the correct answer or this is the first thought of, oh, what can I change this to?
Right.
Which, since it's the second choice, also lends a bit more credibility to A.
This is either the first thing that I thought of, or it's the first thing that the Kids Bop lyric writers thought of.
Exactly. Unfortunately, those two things will yield different results in terms of whether I get this one correct. She could see from my face that I was telling lies. I don't think this would be a lyric in a song called You're Beautiful. But maybe? Because if I remember right, the chorus of this song goes, "You're beautiful, it's true," right? That's a line in the song.
I've never heard this song.
Really? Okay.
Or at least, maybe I have heard it and I don't know it by the name, but...
Okay. Let's see. So maybe that does kind of fit? I'm really trying to narrow it down to 2, but I do think that A, B, and C are all decent choices.
Right. You're beautiful, it's true. That is a lyric in the song. Alright,
well, cool. I am pretty sure I know what the chorus of this song sounds like, which doesn't really help. But, let's see. She could see... I feel like if I don't pick A, and it is A, I'm going to be kind of annoyed that I kind of thought it was A, and then didn't trust myself that it was A.
Sure.
And since I can't really, like, distinguish between these 3 choices much better than that, I'll go ahead and guess A. I didn't want to do it still, but I'm gonna do it.
The correct answer is, she could see from my face that I was flying high, B.
Alright, well...
So, that was unfortunate. I just was too good for you there.
I guess so.
Alright, pat myself on the back here.
Great job.
Right, thank you so much. This next one comes to us, so this is the 5th question. So 0 for 4 so far. Here's Hung Up by Madonna. Here's the lyric. Tick tock, tick tick tock, it's 1:45, and I'm done, I'm hanging up on you. So, was it changed to tick tick tock, it's 10:45, and I'm done, I'm hanging up my friend? Tick tick tock, it's 1:45, and I'm done dancing with you. Tick tick tock, it's time for bed, and I'm done, I'm going to bed. Or D, tick tick tock, it's 1:45, and I'm done, I'm lying to you. Or E, no change.
Alright. This is another one of those where I'm just thinking instinctively it's no change.
Right.
And that worries me.
Sure.
makes me think that it's not no change. There's no reason for it to have been changed.
Right.
So, let's see. Tick Tick Tock, it's 9:45. I'm gonna be pretty mad if they like changed the number. Suppose if they made it 10 to rhyme with friend, I guess that would still have to make sense in like the rest of the song. I don't really know what I'm saying. Do you know what I'm saying?
Not really.
Okay. I don't think it's that one.
It sounds like you're saying they changed the rhyme and you're like wondering if it rhymes with the lines around it, but it seems to me like this is a couplet, so
yeah, this is definitely like self-contained, so it wouldn't really have to. But no, that doesn't make any sense. It's not 9:45.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So, when it inevitably is 9:45,
right,
I will quit the game again.
All right.
For real this time.
Uh-oh.
All
right.
Just kidding. We can flip another coin and hope we get lucky. Tick Tick Tock. It's 1:45, and I'm done dancing with you. If they changed it, they probably changed it to something like this. I just don't know why they bothered to change it in that case.
Right.
But the fact that I don't know why they bothered to change it now makes me think that they did change it, which makes me think that C's a pretty good option.
Mm-hmm. C's a pretty good option.
Huh?
You said C is a pretty good option.
Oh, no. C is not a very good option. B is a pretty good option, though. C is Tick Tick Tock, it's time for bed, and I'm done, I'm going to bed. Which is, in terms of replacement Kids Bop lines, it's pretty top notch.
Right.
But in terms of things that I actually think that Kids Bop did, I gotta eliminate this one right away.
I gotta put some good ones in there, come on.
Alright, here we go. Tick Tick Tock. It's 1:45, and I'm done. I'm lying to you. Lying to you seems worse than hanging up on you.
Right.
And the only reason I feel like they might have changed it from hanging up on you to lying to you is if they didn't want a reference to phones. And in particular, I'm kind of thinking along the lines of, like, hanging up for a child doesn't make a whole lot of sense because they haven't used landlines, you know?
Right.
Like, hanging up is still the term, and it's like roll down your window, or the fact that the save icon is a floppy disk.
Right.
Like, those things don't make sense to kids, but they're still, like, used that way and understandable.
Right.
So I don't think that this is the sort of replacement they'd be going for.
Plus the song is called Hung Up.
Oh, I didn't even notice. Alright, oh man, it's called Hung Up. Alright, it's 100% no change, which I might not have for sure picked if you hadn't just said it was called Hung Up.
Right.
But if they cut out Hanging Up on You out of a song called Hung Up, that's my answer, no change.
That is correct. E, no change.
We're on the board. And it only took 5. Alright, sweet. I thought we had gone through more than that.
Alright, 1 out of 5 so far. 7 to
I'm just
go.
Moving very slowly. Maybe I should... Let's...
I'm just checking the time. 38 minutes, you're fine. Alright, This is from the song Stuck With You, all one word, by the Pussycat Dolls. Okay. Here's the lyric. I got you, we'll be making love endlessly. So, was that changed to I got you, we'll be dancing around endlessly? I got you, we'll be making out endlessly? I got you, we'll be eating cake endlessly? I got you, we'll be hanging out endlessly? Or no change?
Alright, This is another one that I feel pretty good about right off the bat, but let's go through these. First of all, we got to talk about No Change.
Right.
I got you, we'll be making love endlessly. I feel like this is not a line that they can keep the same, because that sets some unrealistic expectations for kids.
That's the reason.
That's the reason.
Fair enough.
That's not the foundation for healthy relationships.
Absolutely not.
I got you, we'll be dancing around endlessly. Pretty good. I feel like this is definitely going to be one of my top 2. I got you, we'll be making out endlessly. I wouldn't put this in a Kids Bop song.
Right.
But it does capture kind of the initial spirit of the line.
Right.
And I feel like I've made the mistake before about assuming that they just completely sterilize Kids Bop songs.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like this could potentially be in there still. I just still don't think it is. I don't think if I left this in the top 2 I would ever pick it.
Right.
So I might as well just eliminate it now.
Fair enough.
I got you, we'll be eating cake endlessly is a good line, but not a great line. I feel like I'm in the same boat here where I could see it being the line, but I wouldn't pick it over the others.
Right.
And that's what this game is all about. So, gotta cross that one off the list, and we're left with dancing around endlessly and hanging out endlessly. And honestly, the only distinguisher I've got between them is the song is called Stuck With You. Probably without that pause in the middle since it's all one word.
Uh-huh.
And so my thought is that hanging out endlessly kind of fits the spirit of the song better. But I also don't really know this song, so I don't, who knows, right? So.
Well, I know, but go on.
That's true. All right. Yeah. So, in your unbiased opinion, I feel like you may be able to say whether it is right or wrong that the correct answer then is D. I think that's what I'll go with.
Well, you are on fire. The answer is D.
Look
I
at
got
that.
you. We'll be hanging out endlessly. 2 out of your last 2. Pretty much everything before that doesn't matter, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, if you get it wrong, you just don't count it. So I'm at literally 100% right
100%, yeah. All right, so congratulations on that one. All right,
and
so
for
2
the
out
rest
of 5.
of the game, I'll apparently be shooting for my all-time high.
Apparently. Let's so we're halfway. All right. You got 2 out of 6.
Sweet.
Do you want to revise your prediction since you can't get 10 anymore?
Yeah. Okay, I feel like if I got 2 out of 6 in the first 6, I feel like it would be... Let's see, I've got to take into account that I've also been shaken up by those first 2. I think I'm starting to overcome it. You can kind of sense with the...
Right.
Getting a bit more confident in the last couple of picks.
I wasn't able to find as many more extremely stupid lyric changes.
I appreciate that those were first, so I could get it out of the way.
Well, honestly, it's just because it's the first song I found.
Wow, yeah, bad luck for me.
Yeah.
that was first. That being said, I'd say my revised guess then is that I'm on a hot streak, but it won't last forever. So I'll say I'll get 4 out of these next 6 for a final score of 6 out of 12.
All right, bold prediction. Let's move on to the next lyric. This is from "Don't Forget About Us" by Mariah Carey. Lyrics are: late nights playing in the dark and waking up inside my arms. So was it changed to late nights playing in the dark and keeping you inside my heart? Late nights dancing in the dark and holding you inside my arms. Late nights singing real loud and waking up inside my bed. Late nights playing in the dark and waking up inside my bed. Or no change.
Alright. Can I just say, first of all, I feel like in all of these lines, Well, except maybe inside my heart. Inside is not the right word to use here, right? I feel like inside
you're
my
talking
bed
about, like-
doesn't make me think like laying in the bed. It makes me think like you're encased in the mattress.
Yeah, but it's the same I would say for the original lyric, like inside your arms. Like,
Oh,
that's
yeah, I'm including that. I'm calling out Mariah Carey.
Right,
Mariah
okay,
Carey,
yeah.
if you're listening, please email us and explain yourself.
explain yourself, or tell whoever wrote this song to email us and explain themselves if you didn't write
That's
it.
true, yeah. I don't know. Does Mariah Carey? Is Mariah Carey one of the American Idol people, or am I thinking of someone else?
I've never watched American Idol, so I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well.
By the way, I wrote some of these. I wrote all of the fake lyrics earlier today, and I literally just had to look up which one was the real one because I forgot.
Oh man. I don't want to get too meta then, but I was thinking that it was No Change, and I feel like if it was No Change, you wouldn't have forgotten that, but maybe. I don't know.
I don't want to say anything else, so
yeah.
I'll comment after you go.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, let's go through these then. Late nights, playing in the dark, that's the same thing, and keeping you inside my heart is a definite improvement Kids Bop wise over waking up inside my arms, because I feel like waking up inside my arms implies that you slept together, which is bad for kids. Don't sleep together, kids.
Or have sex. All right.
That's what we've learned today. Late nights. So I'm eliminating that one.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm not eliminating that one.
Okay.
I'm eliminating the original one. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not
Okay.
eliminating A, though, for sure.
Okay.
Late nights, dancing in the dark. We changed playing to dancing to really up the ante. And holding you inside my arms is... Okay, holding you inside my arms is better than waking up inside my arms. I still don't like inside my arms, but I'm going to get over that just for the sake of... I feel like it's got to be one of the inside my arms lines. Or the inside my heart line. I'm just going to group the next two together because, well, let me just first of all say, waking up inside my bed is not any better, and if they changed it to that, bad job, Kids Bop. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time, though, so I'm just going to... It's probably one of those. I do have to say that keeping the first part, playing in the dark, is definitely better than singing real loud. So if it is one of those, I'm guessing that the real answer is singing real loud and waking up inside my bed. However, that leaves us with A, B, and E. Let's see. Late nights playing in the dark and waking up inside my arms. If they change that, it's because it's about waking up in my arms. And again, I don't feel like that's bad enough that it would absolutely have to be changed, but I feel like there's enough of an implication there that you don't... The kids bop people just don't... That's not very Kids Bop. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think we'll go between A and B. Late nights playing in the dark. I like that they kept playing in the dark and keeping you inside my heart. That's a perfectly fine line. Late nights dancing in the dark and holding you inside my arms. I kind of like this one, actually, even though they changed more than was necessary. Do I like it? I do like it, but do I like it enough to pick it? The reason I like it is because dancing in the dark and so basically holding and dancing are like the same kind of thing, potentially. So it's kind of a clever change, even though it's more change than necessary.
Mm-hmm.
So do I think that the Kids Bop would have done that? Or do I think they were going to go with playing in the dark and keeping you inside my heart man. You know what? I am going to... I'm real worried.
Your streak is resting on this answer.
My streak is resting on this answer. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm going with B. I'm doing it.
Well, the streak stays alive. The correct
Yes!
answer is B. And
Oh.
yeah, the reason I had to look it up
faith
is,
in Kids Bop, and they didn't let me down for once.
the reason I had to look it up is because, like, normally what happens is I remember writing the lyrics.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. I really thought it might have been No Change because all of the, I don't know. I don't really have anything interesting to say about it because in retrospect, when I think about it, now that I've thought about it for a little while, I clearly remember not writing B. I clearly don't remember writing B, but
Right.
it does. On first glance, it looks to me like something I would write.
It
So I had to be like,
I'm glad that I didn't just dismiss it for having too many changes, because actually thinking about it, it makes sense why there's more change.
right,
I think.
right.
So, but yeah,
Are you-
you're right. Other than that, I think that's a pretty clear, like, fake Kids Bop lyric where you just kind of tweaked a couple of extra things that you didn't really need to, just for the sake of having
Kids-
more choices.
Kids Bop loves to use the dancing, and as a result, I tend to overuse it in some of my answers. Is kind of, I think, maybe what got me.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, I wanted to say about the previous one that I'm really glad that you took "I Got You, Will Be Eating Cake Endlessly" as a serious answer, because I did not really intend for that to be a serious answer. All right. All right. So 3 in a row.
All right. The
This
pressure is building.
The pressure is building. And let's come to the next one, which is "Baby Come Back to Me" by Vanessa Hudgens. The lyric is, "I know you miss your baby V," presumably referring to Vanessa Hudgens.
That makes sense.
So, did Kids Bop change it? And if so, did they change it to, "I know you miss your baby sister," "I know you miss your BFF," "I know you miss the Kids Bop kids," "I know you miss your new girlfriend," or did they not change it?
All right. This is one where if they didn't change it, I would say that's probably reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, can't throw that out right away.
Right.
However, it is weird if you're not Vanessa to be calling yourself presumably Baby V.
Right.
So, I don't know. I'm on the fence about no change. I'm not going to
Okay.
toss it out yet.
Sure.
I know you miss your baby sister. That's got to go.
Fair enough.
That has got to go. I know you miss your BFF. This is very on-brand Kids Bop, and I think it's got to make my final 2, even though I think it's pretty dumb.
Right.
Especially because the song is called "Baby Come Back to Me," so I really want Baby to be a part of it, which is why I think maybe no change.
Baby sister's still on the table.
Baby sister would be on the table in that line of logic, so therefore it's not a good line of logic, and I think I'll keep BFF. I know you miss the Kids Bop kids. We haven't had a Kids Bop answer yet, have we? That's not been the correct answer yet.
It has not.
But I think if I picked that one, it would be wrong. So I'm not going to.
Okay.
Yeah. That's just the sense I get. I know you miss your new girlfriend. I know you miss your new girlfriend. That kind of makes sense. If you're singing about coming back to me, you'd be like, I know you're with somebody else and you like them, but you know who you also like is me. So you should come back to me. Maybe I should write songs. It seems really easy. That's like the, you know, that's the layer of depth.
That was the line that brought you to that conclusion. It was like, you know what? This makes sense. I should be a songwriter.
I should write lyrics. Maybe I should just be a poet, because, songs are hard, but...
What you should be is a Kids Bop Kids lyric replacer.
A Kids Bop Kids lyric... Well, I'm not... In that very specific sense, I'm at least not as good as the Kids Bop, because I couldn't get you to pick mine over Kids Bop most of the time.
Well, that's because I wasn't trying to pick the best lyrics, I was trying to pick the worst lyrics.
So I am good at this.
Yes. Well,
right,
I was trying to pick the worst lyrics for some of the time. So, you were certainly better than Kids Bop at least some of the time.
Okay. Well, all right, let's get back. I keep looking at the next one, and I'm like, these lines don't make any sense. All right, I know you miss your new girlfriend. I can't say no outright from a thematic perspective, but from a lyric perspective, I feel like Baby V just flows off your tongue in a way that new girlfriend... the word girlfriend, I can't say it very well.
Right.
I don't know if this is a problem that you have or that other people have, but girlfriend is just... First of all, girl is kind of a weird word to begin with.
It's just the RL sound that makes it harder to say.
It's the RL sound? And RLF? Like, are you kidding me? That's the dumbest sound possible.
So, 0 out of 10 rating on the word girlfriend.
On the word girlfriend. Like, the
Shelby,
concept is fine.
this is not about you.
Don't take this personally. But that's why I'm getting rid of that lyric. And please don't read any deeper into the psychology of that. I don't really remember, but I think that means that I'm down to BFF and Baby V. And if I'm not, I'm saying that's it now. That's where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
And I still haven't really convinced myself that it's not just Baby V. Because that feels like a really good lyric to me.
Right.
Both from a flow perspective, and just how... If my name was Vanessa, I feel like I would speak about myself as your Baby V all the time.
That seems a little weird.
Like, wouldn't you just, sign off work emails that way? Your Baby
V? No, I would
Vanessa.
Certainly not sign work emails like that. Just V, I could see, but definitely not Baby V.
Yeah. I always feel like signing emails with your initials, or especially just a single initial, is a little bit lazy. Like, you can do better than that.
My boss does that sometimes. So when I reply to those emails, I just A. I mean, the thing is, you know who it's from. Like,
yeah, I mean,
I see the email address that it's from. It's not like he needs to sign it.
I'd say about 75% of the time, especially if this is like a reply to an email, I just don't sign my name.
Right. Yeah. There's understandable.
No need. But if you
were Vanessa Hudgens, you would though, and sign it Baby V.
Your Baby V. I feel like the your is pretty important here. Baby V is a good name in general, but your Baby V, I don't know. That just does something for me,
I guess, but it's weird since you're not everyone. Like, this is clearly an affectionate name. You don't, she wouldn't expect literally anyone but her boyfriend, I would assume, to call her or she wouldn't call herself this to anyone but her boyfriend. Yeah. Your Baby V.
Maybe not. Maybe that's just part of the charm of it,
Anyway, pick an answer here.
I feel like I'm gonna go with... I want to pick your Baby V, but I'm gonna go with your BFF, because that seems more on brand Kids Bop to me. And I'll be a little bit annoyed if it's Baby V, but I'm gonna go with BFF.
Well, the streak is unfortunately over. The correct answer was E, no change. So you came close to number 4 in a row.
Ouch.
But alas, it was not to be.
Yeah, guess not.
Alright, so that is now 3 out of 8. So...
Alright.
3 out of the next 4 you need to get your secondary prediction.
Easy.
This next one is from Lips of an Angel by Hinder. The lyric is, and I never want to say goodbye, but girl, you make it hard to be faithful. And we're only looking at the second half, but girl, you make it hard to be faithful. So was it changed to, but girl, you make it hard to be grateful, but girl, you make it hard to be nice, but girl, you look so good in that dress, but girl, you make a good guy go crazy, or no change?
Okay. This is one of those, like, crucial lines in the song, right? Because this goes, but girl, you make it hard to be faithful with the lips of an angel. Like, that's the whole point. I feel like this is one of those times where it seems like they would change that, being Kids Bop, but I think they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But, that being said, I'm obviously mostly wrong about this, so let's at least take a look at the other ones. We've got, but girl, you make it hard. I'm going to skip A, first of all. But girl, you make it hard to be nice? No. No way. That's out of there. It has to be something that rhymes with faithful. In particular, it has to be a 2-syllable word there, because of how it fits in with the song, and I'm very confident that they kept the fit of the song in here, you know?
Right, yeah,
like,
I know what you're saying.
This is like, there's even a pause there, you know? Are you familiar with this song?
Clearly not.
Okay.
I would have done a better
the whole
job.
point is,
I would have done a better job if I was familiar with the song.
Okay, all right. that maybe helps me out a little bit here. The whole thing with this line is, like, the cadence of this is, but girl, you make it hard to be faithful, and then there's like a meaningful pause of no sounds.
Right.
And then he goes, with the lips of an angel.
Right.
And it's like faithful is like, you know, drawn out there and like clearly. What I'm saying is it can't be nice, and it's not going to be dress.
And it's not going to be crazy.
It could be crazy, like that would fit, but I don't think it would be crazy. I feel like if anything, it would be grateful.
Right.
You make it hard to be grateful with the lips of an angel. Doesn't make any, like, logical sense.
Right.
So therefore, I'm sticking with my initial gut feeling. This has got to be no change.
Well, you should have not stuck with your gut feeling. The correct answer is A.
Really?
But you make it hard to be grateful.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but they don't want to imply that he's gonna, like, be cheating.
I guess not. But, like, that's the whole point of the song.
And as you said, they really have to keep the same sound.
Right.
So I think that's why they went with grateful.
And I mean, I can see why they made that change from, like, a logistics perspective, you know?
Right.
It does sound basically the same. And if you're kind of, like, singing or mumbling or whatever, like, grateful and faithful kind of sound like the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, if you're a kid and you're not very observant and you're just listening to a song, you know, fine. I guess grateful is a fine replacement. But if you're a professional songwriter like me, I feel like you can't just, like, completely destroy the meaning of the words like this.
That's understandable. As an artist, you know,
Yeah.
I think I can understand what you're saying.
Absolutely. So,
And by artist, I mean I, you know, helped compose and record Joel the Podcast theme song.
right.
So
Yeah, I mean, that's essentially my qualification, too. So, you know, you act like that's not a good qualification.
I know. I was saying that was my only qualification, and therefore a good qualification.
Therefore, very good. All right.
Yes.
Well, we're in agreement there. We're
All
also
right.
in agreement that I am not correct in that I picked the wrong lyric, but I am morally correct in that I picked the good lyric. So
Fair enough.
I take it as a moral win.
I guess. So we're down to the last three, which you need to get right in order to get your prediction. So here we go. This one, number 10, is from Girlfriend by Avril Lavigne. Lyric is, don't pretend, I think you know I'm damn precious. And hell yeah, I'm the motherfucking princess. So, yeah, I didn't even bother with E on this one. So here's the options. A, don't pretend, I think you know I'm so precious. And so yeah, I'm the coolest princess. Don't pretend, I think you know that I'm the coolest. And aw yeah, I'm the prettiest princess. Don't pretend, I think you know I'm precious. And so yeah, I'm a hey princess. Don't pretend, I think you know that I'm all that. And so yeah, I'm the best freaking princess.
Alright. Those are some pretty good out of context clips to toss in something. Yeah, good job for not picking E, or for not including E as a choice, because obviously I would have thrown that out immediately. Let's see. What was I thinking when you were saying this? Oh, completely unrelated, but this song is called Girlfriend by Avril Lavigne. Have you ever heard of the song Girlfriend by Tyler Cassidy?
Not off the top of my head.
Cool. It's pretty funny. You should look it up sometime.
Okay.
Let's see. Don't pretend, I think you know I'm so precious. And so yeah, I'm the coolest princess. That's got potential. That's one of the best lines, I think.
Sure.
Let's see. I think you know I'm damn precious. Okay, I was very confused why A and C weren't the same length in the first half of the line, but C says I'm precious and A says I'm so precious.
Right.
And I feel like between the two, you would have to keep so to make it sound right.
Right.
I'm not confident on that, because obviously that has not always been the case.
Sure. Fair enough.
But the other... I don't know. I'm kind of glad that I ruled out C that way, so I don't want to think about it too hard, because I actually think that, and so yeah, I'm a hey princess, is like a pretty good replacement for motherfucking, you know?
No, I actually don't know what you mean, but sure.
Well, I'm just imagining, I'm imagining this one being a little bit self-aware, where they're like, yeah, we know you can't really just like toss in another word, like you just go, hey, and
I
kind of
guess
gloss
I see
over
what you're
it.
saying, but
it's not good. I don't think it's good.
Well, that's what you said, though.
I think I would have trouble eliminating it for that reason alone.
Okay, that's I guess I can see what you're saying.
From a Kidz Bop perspective, like not
Right.
from a good line perspective.
Right. Well, yeah, this is Kidz Bop. You're not going
is
for
Kidz
the
Bop
best
we're
line all
talking
the
about.
time.
But that and the fact that it just doesn't have the same amount of syllables in the first part for no reason really. Like I don't think they would do that.
Right.
Don't pretend, I think you know I'm the coolest. And oh yeah, I'm the prettiest princess. That's an awesome line. Not a very good lyric. I don't think it's a great replacement. But is it though? I feel like if you're singing about being... Well, on the other hand though, this is an Avril Lavigne song, so it's probably got some attitude. As you can tell from the unaltered line.
Right.
So maybe
Hell yeah,
being...
I'm the motherfucking princess.
Yeah.
It sounds like something that you would see in Cards Against Humanity. I'm the motherfucking princess.
Oh man. We should no, never mind. That's a bad idea. That's
Yep.
not a bad idea, it's just a complicated idea. It would be difficult, I think, to try and play Cards Against Humanity in some way on this podcast with just the two of us.
That's true.
Maybe if we had several guests. But probably not.
Let's discuss it another time.
Okay. So I'm gonna I think you know I'm all that, and so yeah, I'm the best freaking princess. I don't think that would be a Kidz Bop line. Especially because I'm all that is an unnecessary replacement, so I think I'm down to A or B, and I think I'm gonna go with A.
Well, unfortunately for you, the correct answer was C. Don't pretend, I think you know I'm precious, and so yeah, I'm a hey princess.
Oof.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, I mean, Probably not, right? Like, almost certainly I would have been like, oh yeah, I'll keep this one in, haha, but it's not actually better than the others, so I still don't think I would have picked it.
Well,
but if it had just had the so, I think it would have been down to A or C rather than A or B.
You took it seriously, which was more than I expected, so...
Yeah.
At least good job for that.
Yeah, I mean... It would be. I feel like that would be a very weird thing for you to come up with as well, even though
this is
tried not to think about it like that. So
this is another one where I was like, should I come up with another just weird one so that it's not like so sticking out like that? But all right, so 2 left. Let's see if you can get one of these and get to 4 at least. This is from Never Again by Kelly Clarkson lyric.
All right.
I hope when you're in bed with her, you think of me. Was it changed to, I hope when you're dancing with her you think of me. I hope when you're next to her you think of me. I hope when you're kissing her you think of me. I hope that when you're out with her you think of me. Or no change.
Okay. I think for similar reasons as the other one about being in bed, this is probably not no change.
Right.
Because as we all know, the rule is 1 kid per bed, which reminds me we should send Ben some rules.
Oh,
and
yes.
As a side note, 1 kid per bed should probably be one of the rules.
Noted. All right, go on.
That being said, I hope when you're dancing with her, you think of me. I hope when you're dancing with her... I'm struggling a little bit with that one because the emphasis of dancing is really strong on the first syllable, whereas in bed is really strong on the second. So, obviously this has had absolutely no bearing in the past on whether or not this is the right answer, but I am inclined to not pick A because of that.
Fair enough.
I hope when you're next to her you think of me has the same problem though. And so does I hope when you're kissing her. That also has the same problem. So, is it I hope that when you're out with her, I hope that when... I'm struggling with this, by the way, because I'm looking at the first line and saying the words of the fourth line, trying to sync up syllables, but like
right.
Reading a line while staring at another line is a little bit strange. I just want to assure the readers that I'm not like incompetent.
And you're not just like a 5-year-old in terms of reading.
My reading level is totally adequate, guys. Come on.
He's all the way up to the Percy Jackson books. All right.
Yeah, very, very recently. I hope that when you're out with her... Why does that... I hope when you're in bed... In bed has changed to out.
Right,
and
but they added
just
the
a that in
so
there.
It's the same number of syllables.
I hope when you're in bed with her. I hope that when you're out with her. That feels really good to me, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I hope when you're dancing with her and next to her and kissing her, those just... I can't make those feel good.
Right.
And I feel like this is a mistake based on the past. But when I can just absolutely eliminate 4 out of 5 without thinking too hard, I feel like I should go with the 5th. Because otherwise I won't pick the 5th. And I'll feel like an idiot for getting it down to 1 and then picking a different one. So there you go. I'm going with D.
Well, good instincts. The correct answer is D.
Yes.
That
is 4. And I still have a chance at 5.
Yes. That was a good job, too, because... I clearly wasn't paying that close attention when I could have easily added that for B and C and made them viable options.
Right.
So. All right, so good job. So let's see if you can extend your record to 5 on this last one. This is from Glamorous by Fergie featuring Ludacris. The lyric is, We flying the first class up in the sky, popping champagne, living my life. Now we're only looking at the second line, and I forgot to add E to this question, so I guess there's a freebie. So
you could just add it now as maybe the right answer. Maybe this was the long con.
Right. So we flying first class up in the sky is the same. So the second change to drinking soda, living my life. We flying first class, living the life. Popping balloons, partying on. We popping Altoids, living the life.
Oh boy. There's a tiny part
or
of me.
is it E?
Or
no
maybe
change.
All right. Obviously, I got to keep no change in there because kids know what champagne is, so
right.
No reason to change away from that. There's a tiny part of me that wants to pick "We Poppin' Altoids, Livin' the Life" because there's absolutely no way you thought of that earlier today. But I'm pretty sure that part of me is a gigantic idiot. So I'm just going to not listen to that part. And we're going to eliminate Poppin' Altoids. It's calling to me. I need to move on so that I don't accidentally let Poppin' Altoids back into the choices.
I don't accidentally pick it.
Alright. Poppin' balloons, partying on. On one hand, we got poppin' still.
Mm-hmm.
But that makes me think that Poppin' Altoids, because it's got poppin'. Stupid poppin'. I guess it can't be C. Alright. Also, that's a pretty dumb lyric. Poppin' balloons, partying on. Instead of poppin' champagne, living my life.
These are all stupid lyrics.
These are all pretty stupid, yeah. Honestly, this game is going to start and end the exact same way. With me picking something, trying to be sensible, and with the answer being we poppin' Altoids. Alright, drinking soda, living my life. I feel like this one's pretty good, because, you still got a drink, you've still got living my life, no need to change that to living the life, but honestly, living the life is perfectly fine too. So, and obviously, Kids Bop is not above randomly changing something else for no reason.
Right.
Poppin'... Nope. Drinking soda. Living my life.
You have no choice. The answer is going to be chosen no matter what.
Or we fly in first class. Living the life. I like we fly in first class because it's... Wait. No. We fly in the first class up in the sky, fly in first class, living the life. I don't like that.
I thought you were going to say you liked it because of that.
I liked it because of flying first class, because the first line makes an airplane reference. Right. But then I looked, and the airplane reference was flying first class. And so, obviously... Man, I guess that kind of means that I narrowed it down to A. Or D. I'm going to be... I think I have to just say it's A. And it sure better be A.
Well...
Or at least B or C. It could be C, because that's dumb, but also poppin'. But if it's D...
It is not D.
Okay.
And I think we started the same way by picking the worst lyric, B.
Yeah.
We fly in first class, living the life. Is the answer. So,
that is incredible.
Oh man, I really wish I'd gotten you with poppin' Altoids, living the
life. I'm curious, what state of mind led you there?
Okay, well, first of all, I put the we in the beginning for the... You know how in the previous ones I was like, I wonder if I should write a different one so the real one doesn't stick out. The we fly in first class kind of sticks out because there's the we in the beginning, which doesn't really make much sense to me.
Yeah.
So I thought I would write another lyric that had we in the beginning. And then I was like, okay, I want to keep poppin' balloons and poppin' Altoids was the... Actually, popping Mentos was the first thing that came to my mind, but I'm like, that's less believable than popping Altoids.
Right.
So,
something about Altoids.
So yeah. All right. Well, congratulations on eclipsing your personal record and getting 4. And I don't remember for sure, but I think that eclipses my record too.
Let's just assume it does.
Yeah. So congratulations.
Well done, me.
Congratulations to the new Kids Bop quiz, Joel the podcast champion.
Yeah, we should definitely track that as well. High scores.
Yep.
In addition to the Joel the game record.
Sure.
So.
Okay. Well, I haven't looked at the time, but we're way over an hour. So.
Well over.
All right. So that's it. Send us an email with your thoughts on the episode. Our email can be found at our website, alexandalex@joelthepodcast.io/alexandalex@joelthepodcast.website/index.html. And, email us with whatever you want, pretty much.
Yep.
Let us know how you did on the quiz.
No cheating.
No cheating, and if you cheat, we'll Venmo request $1 from you.
Yep.
All right, that's it. I'm Alex.
I'm Alex.
And this has been Joel.